Welcome, thanks for joining me. Now this exercise is our progression or regression, all about building our chest and our arm muscles. Now, obviously, for functional purposes, we're going to need a strong chest and a strong arms, okay? Again, it's how we walk, it's how we stand up, it's how we lift things, it's how we breathe. So after 50, it becomes much more important to preserve these muscles. Now, if you've ever looked at some older men that have done a great job of looking after themselves and respecting themselves, their bodies, look at Clint Eastwood, okay? How old is he now? He's still got a strong upper body for his age, okay? I know that he was very active in his younger days, and that's paying dividends now. So this is all about our one exercise, just as though we have squats for lower body, for legs. That's a one exercise that hits your whole lower body. This exercise is going to hit your whole upper body, more or less, okay? It's going to get your arms, it's going to get your chest, it's going to keep your core strong, remember, functional and breathing, right? Now, as you get older, we've all seen older people that wheeze a little bit, they get out of breath very easily. This is how you fight back against that without actually doing cardio and preserving your muscle mass. Okay? So the start point for this exercise is just by standing up and leaning up against a wall. So find a wall, put your hands on the wall. Now get as close as you feel comfortable, as you're able, to the wall. Now you don't want to kiss the wall, so put your head to the side and let your chest go in against the wall as close as you can, unless you want to be cheek to cheek with that wall. Keep your back straight. And you are now working your chest, your bicep, your triceps, your core. You will feel it. Okay, this is your base. This is your absolute base right here. You're standing up. Okay? You don't need any balance because the wall is your balance. Okay? And you start as close as you need to be against your wall. Again, make sure you got clearance if you need it. Make sure you are safe to commence exercising. All right, now the progression is you step out. All right, get yourself comfortable here. Your hands should be positioned so that you feel comfortable and you're actually hitting your triceps. You will feel it on your triceps and your chest. Okay, so just at shoulder height or slightly below for most people. All right, and your hands slightly wider than your shoulders. If you go narrower, you can. You absolutely can. You'll get your triceps more, but it'll be a bit harder. Okay, so it depends where you are. All right. Okay, the progression is you're coming out more. And you will feel it more. Again, we don't want to kiss the wall, so get your cheek on the wall. You'll start to be on the balls of your feet, depending on how far you're bringing your legs out. Okay? Make sure you don't slip. You don't want to slip down, or you will kiss the wall. All right, you'll feel this on your front delts, or your shoulders, your shoulder muscles, your bicep, triceps, front of your arm, back of your arm, and your chest are all getting exercise right now. Okay? This is your base. Okay, so you start from in here, and you're working your way out. Okay? Maybe this might be your maximum. Keep your legs slightly apart for balance. The further you come out, the lower your hands will have to go to be comfortable. All right, you can keep your elbows out if it's a bit easier for you, or you can go more narrower. And you will absolutely fit it on your triceps as well as your chest. More your chest, Bring him out a little bit. Okay, this is your start point for exercising. Basically, your whole upper body is getting hit when you're doing that. Fantastic start point if you've not exercised for a while, or you're an older person that's lost a bit of muscle mass, because that's what happens. If you're not doing any exercise, very, very quickly, your muscles will go out or cease to function as they used to. So that's the start point. What is the progression, I hear you say? Here it is. So we can do this from a chair, from a sofa, or from a bench as I have here. Our balls of our feet or our toes, okay, are out here, and we are leaning. Start point here, all right? Again, make sure you're not going to slip, make sure you're stable, make sure you've been doing plenty of wall exercises first, so you're strong enough for this, okay? And you can have your bum slightly up, open your legs a little bit here, all right? Make sure you're comfortable. And you're going down, and you're going up. There's 1 rep, 2 reps. Remember, if you're starting this today, you might want to use a bit of momentum and do it a bit faster because it's a bit easier. The progression is you do it slower, and then you hold it, and then you come up. You can go all the way up, or just before you lock out. Okay? This is your progression to your press-ups. Now again, if you keep your elbows in, you're going to hit more of your tricep, and it'll be harder. You want it easier? Stick your elbows out a little bit. I know a lot of people like to complain. Stick your elbows in, but really I want you to be comfortable. And trust me, you're still getting a good exercise if your elbows are out a little bit, all right? So don't you listen to them, listen to me. I'm a certified trainer, all right? That is a decent push-up. Okay, now, the progression from that, remember, always warm up. It's not this video, but I'm assuming that you've warmed up before you're doing any exercise. The older you are, the more important it is to warm up. Okay? Different video, but make sure you're warmed up, especially the muscle group or groups that you're exercising are warmed up before you start. So, we're all about the press up. The progression, is the traditional press up, all right, that you normally commonly see. We don't need any weights for this. We don't need any weights. We can do the whole progression, regression. There's a whole range of press up here that give you a start point and an advanced point that you don't need any weights for. This can be done at home. It can be done on your bed. You know, some of this can be done on your bed before you get out of bed. I know people that do this literally in their bed. If you want a hard surface, obviously, if you're more comfortable with a harder surface, get on the floor, on a mat, or on your carpet. The progression is to get down, okay? Bend down, take it easy, put your hands down, again, slightly wider than your shoulders. Don't sag, because you'll tend to put a strain on your back and hurt your back if you sag. And it don't look very attractive, especially if you've got a saggy ass as well. So, keep it straight or slightly bum up, however you're comfortable. Remember, your elbows, it's easier if your elbows stick out a little bit. It's harder if they stick in a little bit, okay? But we can start like this, elbows out, and this is the progression. If your elbows are in, You'll feel it more in your triceps. That is our progression. Remember, wall, legs out. Make sure the wall's not slippery, your hands are not sweaty, so you're not going to slip and hurt yourself. Progression, your legs have come out, you're now going to the chair or the bench or the sofa. Get a good firm grip, yeah? If it's hard like this, you might slip, so make sure you put some of your hand or your thumb for leverage down the front side. Always make sure you're safe and stable before you exercise. And then we move on to the more traditional press up. You're on the balls of your feet or on your toes, and your hands are down, elbows out, makes it easier. Elbows in, you're going to feel it more, especially on your triceps. And we want to get, wherever our starting point is, we always want to work in sets and record how many you're doing. So you might start, you might do 1 or 2 sets a day. Remember, we need to exercise daily. The World Health Organization says we should exercise daily. Who am I to argue? I agree. So let's start off, if we're starting from 0, maybe just a few reps. You start a few reps, and then we want to build up to where we're getting to the point where we're doing 4 to 6 sets. A set is just a group of reps. Okay, how many times we perform that exercise? And respectable would be 8 up to 20 reps times 2 to 4 to 6 sets. Okay, so we always want to progress. Remember, it's a bit like business. If you're not progressing, you are regressing. If you're not getting stronger, you're getting weaker. Can you maintain? Yes, you can, but you're still getting older. So if you maintain and you're getting older, guess what? You're getting weaker and you're regressing. So we need to be getting stronger. Okay, so how do we progress from here, I hear you say? Aha. All right, now you will have something behind you, okay? So you will go down, nice and slowly, get down here, and instead of having your legs down like this, you will put your legs up. Typically on a chair, if you're at home. This is the progression. Now, as you can imagine, you're now carrying a lot more weight because your legs are up higher than you are. Do not do this if you've got high blood pressure or any issues like that. Again, get medical clearance if you need it, because it's a lot harder. And if you've got any blood pressure issues, you might put yourself under a bit of strain here, because your head's going to go down, as is the whole of your upper body, like this. Again, elbows out, easier, elbows in. That is a progression. So, if you've got no weights, you're at home, or if you like to go to the park, the press up in all of its variations here is a fantastic exercise. If you only had one exercise, that's basically going to hit your whole upper body, or anything of any significance. Your whole upper body, more or less, is going to be exercised and strengthened just from one exercise. How amazing is that? You don't need to get any more complicated than that. If you only want to do one exercise for your upper body, it would be the humble press up. So thank you for joining me. Please, if you like this video, please give me a like. Tell me, how are you going in your fitness journey? Has this helped you? Is there any other way, any more information that you'd like? How can I help you? Please drop it in a comment. I will get back to you, promise. Maybe not today, but shortly I will get back to you. Give me a follow if these videos are helpful, or forward it to someone who needs it, because I promise you, if you don't fight back against decline, the time will come when, guess what, you're going to have another regret. I wish I'd have made the effort to stay strong, all right? Because that's what I want for you. I want you, to stay strong for as long as we can, and we can do it together. So thank you.